Holy Spirit upon us, open our ears and soften our hearts to our message, we pray. In Jesus' name. Amen. The kindergarten teacher gave her class a show and tell assignment, bringing something to represent their religion. The first child got in front of the class and said, "My name is Benjamin, and I'm Jewish. This is the Star of David." The second child got in front of the class and said, "My name is Mary, I'm Catholic, and this is a crucifix." The third child got up in front of the class and said, "My name is Tommy, I'm an Anglican, and this is a casserole." Anglicans are very good at feeding their stomachs. But I'm afraid feeding their souls sometimes gets forgotten and gets put on the back burner. You know, the Holy Spirit has been around for a long time. The Holy Spirit was involved in creation. In Genesis it says this: "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." In the Old Testament, the Spirit of God came upon the people for certain tasks. You might remember Gideon in Judges. He became one of the most remarkable leaders in the Old Testament. Someone said to me, this Holy Spirit thing is a load of old rubbish. It was invented for the happy clappies to get their congregations hyped. Pentecost was for the New Testament church, not for today's church. Well, I've got news for you, because we are the New Testament church. We are the church of the New Covenant. Do you know, fish need water to breathe. We need air to stay alive. And without the Holy Spirit, Christian discipleship is inconceivable, even impossible. There can be no life without the life giver, no understanding without the Spirit of truth, no fellowship without the unity of the Spirit, no Christ-likeness of his character apart from his fruit, and no effective witness without his power. As a body without breath is a corpse, so the church without the Spirit is dead. That means it's ineffectual. It has a mission of maintenance, not of evangelism. Do you know, I was so depressed a few months ago. I was reading an article in the Anglican Journal, and they were interviewing some people coming out of Bible college who are going to be ordained as Anglican ministers. And they were talking about ministering in a church that was declining. And they kind of accepted it. I couldn't get my head around that. Oh, why would you want to minister in a declining church? And, you know, we have all the tools to make our church grow. And the main one is the Holy Spirit. That's the giver of life. Do you know, the God of the Old Testament was way up high above the people. It was high on some mountaintop, shrouded in mist. God in many ways was remote and terrifying. Moses, as you remember, acting as an intermediary. The God of the New Testament, the God of today, here with us this morning, where two or more are gathered, there I am also. God dwells within us. God of the New Testament is love. The death of Jesus and his ascension to heaven gives us direct access to God. We no longer need an intermediary to pray to God. We have access to the Creator of the universe. You don't need a priest or a saint to speak to God. You don't need a priest or a saint to speak to the Creator of the universe. It's just incredible. You all have direct access to the boss, the main man, the number one. We pray to the Father through Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit. Christians are no longer enslaved by sin and fearful of judgment. That's according to Old Testament law. On the contrary, the Spirit causes them to address God in the most tender way. Abba, Father. Jesus tells the assembled crowd on the Mount in Matthew 5 that he has come not to abolish the law but to fulfill it. In today's Gospel reading, Jesus spells it out to Philip that whoever has seen Jesus has seen the Father. It is God, not Moses, who gave the law to Israel. And now Jesus tells the disciples, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. He is the author of the law. By the same authority, he promises that the Father will send to the church the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, the advocate, to be with those who love him forever. Being filled with the Holy Spirit is not a one-off. Peter was filled with the Holy Spirit 3 times in the space of 3 chapters in the book of Acts. And when Paul says, be filled with the Holy Spirit in Ephesians, he uses what they call the present continuous tense, urging them and us to go on being filled with the Spirit. How do we get the Holy Spirit? Well, next week we're going to have a baptism. And praise the Lord for that. And at that baptism, the Holy Spirit will come down and fill that child with God's Holy Spirit. And you, as a congregation, and hopefully godparents in the UK, will be making promises to bring that child up as a Christian, as the Holy Spirit. Now, what happens, we went into this last week, what happens is that over the years, that Holy Spirit doesn't go away, but it fades. And I've used this analogy before. It's like a boiler with the pilot light on. What God is waiting for is that pilot light to go whoosh. And for so many Christians, it's just a pilot light on. And Jesus is just waiting to press the on button so it goes whoosh. And that is the power that we have. That's how we're going to grow the church, by asking for God's Holy Spirit into our lives. If I ask, I receive. Jesus says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives. He who seeks finds. To him who knocks, the door will be opened. We're afraid often of the Holy Spirit. We're afraid that it will change our lives. And it does. Do you know, when things are going well for me, I forget to ask for the Holy Spirit to come. And it's no surprise that, what started off being a really good week ends up being a total disaster by the end of it. It's only when I struggle and really, I actually sort of get on my knees and say, Holy Spirit, come. Holy Spirit, come. And do you know one of the things that I do when I go visiting? Most times now you've got bells and you don't want to press the bell too much. But figuratively in my mind, I knock on the door 3 times. Come, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Just be with me as I go in, as I see those people. Because the thing about the Holy Spirit is, when the Holy Spirit fills you and you work for the church with the Holy Spirit, you don't have to be super multi-talented. It doesn't work that way. You can feel the most inadequate person doing God's work. And God will work miracles. You need to remember that. It's no good saying, well, I'm no good at this, I'm no good at that, I'm no good at this. Jesus knows we need help. And that's what the Holy Spirit is there for. Now, you've got to decide whether church is going to be a church of maintenance or a church of mission. And if it's going to be a church of mission, then it's going to be a church that grows. And it will grow if you ask for the Holy Spirit. So when you come up to communion, a little later on, in between receiving the bread and the wine, just put your hands out and just say, come, Holy Spirit, come. And you know, if you haven't received the Holy Spirit for a while, sometimes it can be amazing. And sometimes it won't happen for a while. A friend of mine did it a couple of years ago now, but he asked for the Holy Spirit to come, and then he said to me, Colin, he said nothing happened to him. And then about 3 days later, he was driving a car and he suddenly burst into tears. The Holy Spirit came and changed his life. Amen.